What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Kayak Fishing Weekly. And guys, officially welcome to 2026. If no one has said it to you, congratulations, you made it. And I don't say that lightly. I don't say that lightly. I turned 35 last year, December 21st, 35 years old. And I like to journal on a daily basis. I like to write. I've been on a journey of growth, self discipline, and leadership for the last 12 years. And let me tell you something, if you've made it this far, congratulations. Life can be very tricky. And I'm going to go ahead and say this too. You're not doing as bad as you think you are. Life is so full of ups and downs. But man, if you're sitting here listening, if you're in the car ride right now, you're headed to work, guys, let's be thankful. Let's be thankful for another year. I'm so glad you're tuning in. I'm so glad we've got another year together of just phenomenal episodes, whether it be kayak fishing, gear, fishing, trips, whatever, tournaments, whatever it may be. Guys, we're bringing it all this year. And I hope to continue to add value, guys, to your morning commutes or maybe wherever you're listening from home, or maybe you're in the garage just tinkering and getting ready for the weekend. Listen, I'm really excited to do this one more time and continue to just keep bringing you guys these episodes. Today, we've got a phenomenal episode. Today we're talking everything that is gear, everything that is, the future of kayak fishing. So much has happened in the last few years between booming and COVID, our early grassroots starts and accessibility, and now, guys, the kayak fishing scene for 2026. Who knows where we're going? But we've got a couple of guys on here today that focus on some of these topics. And I'm hoping, guys, to ask them some hard hitting questions and get the answers that we all want to hear. So, guys, I hope you're ready. I know I am. And I hope you've got a good cup of coffee, or maybe you're hanging out and just chilling. Let's get right into it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, as I mentioned, welcome back to Kayak Fishing Weekly. Today, we've got two awesome guests in the house. I'm not going to lie to you guys. We've been having a phenomenal conversation, not just about fishing, but anime. For those of you that are listening or watching that may be anime fans. But guys, we've got Paul and Jeff in the house from Aggressively Average Anglers. Did I say that right?
You did.
Crushed it.
You got it. You
Triple
nailed
A,
it.
Triple A is in the house today, baby. Guys, what's going on? How are y'all?
We're good, man. What's up? Thanks for having us on this morning, this beautiful winter morn that we are recording on. This is awesome, man.
Yeah, thank you, man. Paul, how you doing, bro?
I'm doing outstanding. I haven't done my workout yet today, but I'm doing pretty good.
You got
Let,
time.
let,
Few
let me ask
minutes.
you this. What does a workout with Paul look like on a Sunday?
There's only two options on a Sunday though. These days it's going to be my deadlift ladder, and then I'll do
Okay.
my standard workout that Jeff and I both actually we subscribe to.
Hmm.
Little mix of powerlifting and a little mix of little CrossFit in there. And then I'll do the heavy bag for about 20 minutes, and I'll do a little speed work for about 15 minutes, and then maybe my son will pop downstairs and do that with me, and then we'll close it out.
Dude, that's pretty legit. I'm not gonna lie. And I also like the fact that you guys are both doing that. I had a conversation. I don't know if you guys have ever talked to Eric from Atypical Outdoors.
Yeah.
So he texted me the other day. He's like, dude, I'm going to join you in the gym once a week
Let's
for chest day.
go.
I was like, let's go, man. I was like, come on. So I'm pretty
Love it.
excited. Yeah, I'm pretty excited for that, man. There's it's something like hanging out with a buddy and doing all that's awesome. But when you guys like do workouts together or stuff like that, like,
Yeah.
yeah, it just there's nothing like pushing each other to do better or be better,
Well,
Jeff and I
fitness
did a
bonds.
Jeff and I did a CrossFit event together.
Yeah. I owned a CrossFit gym for 6
Oh,
years. Yeah.
nice.
And
Nice,
then
man.
yeah, and like I've been in the fitness industry since 2008.
Okay.
And then I owned that gym from like 2014 to 2019. But yeah, the last year I owned it, Paul and I did a competition there and won.
Messed around and won.
But it was my gym, and I was like, oh, I probably
That's
shouldn't
kind
have
of
done that.
My
you
bad,
guys.
dog.
You guys are like that tournament director that puts together the tournament and then
And then
competes and
wins it.
wins.
I know. We felt bad. We gave the prizes away. We were just like,
But we
we don't
100% gave the prizes back.
we don't need this. This was fun though. Thank you guys.
There was
I just
there
handed the
was
bag to like the next person.
You guys
Here
are
you go.
horrible. You guys are
I know.
horrible. I
It was
come from
fun.
I was a fitness director for a few years in a gym. So
Nice.
yeah, I get that world, man. I get that world. We had a pretty big CrossFit like section and community.
Yeah.
So yeah, I get it. But yeah, you guys are there was one year I had a tournament. So this is an all like this is an all Spanish speaking community event. So like
Mm.
everybody was like Hispanic and we were trying to grow that community and all that. And it was a few of us. And it was pretty cool. Tournament director ends up winning the event and then won the raffle.
Oh no, that's
That's
unacceptable.
not
did
good.
That's a
did
reroll.
did not
Reroll.
did not give it back. Did not give the prize.
No,
No,
not cool.
bro, that is low level. That's not
Yeah,
Not
good.
okay. Not
yeah.
okay.
That smells
Obviously,
horrible.
that
Yeah.
it does smell horrible. I can still smell it now 2 years later. So so yeah, like he ran the event, and I'm he's an like a content creator now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I think he's been running them every year, but a lot of us didn't go back after that. So
Yeah,
yeah,
Well, the
that's
taste
not a
left
good
in the
idea.
mouth, not great. It
I
was a
would have just
bad thing though,
re-rolled.
because Jeff's like a big, like got all the power lifts like locked up. Like no, there was like maybe one person who was even gonna hang with Jeff on power lifts. But
yeah,
I'm like the smaller, speedy individual, and I think there were some people who thought they were gonna wreck me on the first event we had,
Yeah.
and it
yeah,
was like a sprint running event, and I was like, you ain't having this. My double
No.
unders are locked up. My rowing is locked up, and
It
my
became a
running is
full
top
race.
tier. And
Yeah.
I think I won that event by like a lot.
It was like
So it
a
was not.
run bike row that
Yeah,
we had to do. It
that
was just
no one's
cardio,
taking.
cardio, cardio.
You're not getting that from me. If it's pull
Nope.
ups, you're not getting it from me.
yeah,
So it was
yeah,
it's a kind of a deadly combo because we got both ends of the CrossFit like locked up
Yeah.
where somebody's
We
going to be good
balanced
at
it.
something.
yeah, yeah. No, I will say this: when I first saw you guys, I was like, these guys do CrossFit. Yeah,
Yeah.
I haven't done
Yeah.
it in. It's been like 3 years.
yeah,
But once you start doing CrossFit, you really don't want to stop Olympic lifting, and that's the one thing that like I never want to get. I don't think I'll ever be able to give that up.
You
yeah,
basically like you transition out of CrossFit into like lifting with less rest.
Yeah,
Like it's
Yeah.
like effectively what it is now. Like we're not doing WODs per se
No.
as you would in a CrossFit gym, but we lift and we don't take like a 3-minute break. So it's just like, just lifting and
yeah.
moving, get your heart rate up, lift some heavy things, picks things up, puts them down, and then move on with your day.
No, that's awesome to hear, man. I love hearing that when we connect on in other ways other than just like fishing and kayak fishing or
Yeah.
this is pretty cool. So hey, that's pretty cool, man. Anime, gym, fishing. That's a triple
Trifecta.
threat.
It is fishing, family,
Yeah.
anime, just Frida. I don't know, throw some stuff in there.
We'll-
All the
we'll
important
mix it up.
things.
We'll mix it all up. But
Yeah.
man, I've got just I'm excited for the people tuning in to hear this conversation. I feel like you guys, man, you guys get into everything, which is really cool to
Yeah.
me. Someone like me, I love to learn. I got into fishing, this side of fishing, going from just throwing a trick worm in a pond
Mhm.
every day. I got into this pretty late. So having content creators like you guys, anglers like you guys, just men like y'all creating, reviews and talking gear, talking techniques and baits through YouTube, podcast, short form. It's really helpful for people like me that got into this a little bit later. Cause honestly, a lot of us can use all the help we can get. And when you get into fishing, I was talking about this to somebody the other day. It can be really intimidating.
Yeah.
Like, especially now. Back in the day, you got on, like, you turn Bill Dance on, or one of those iconic guys. You bought a
KVD,
spinner.
whoever.
Yeah, you bought a spinner bait, and like the chatterbait didn't exist yet when I was younger.
Yeah.
Like spinner bait or Texas rig, or like a square bill. I'm good to go.
And you're good.
Yeah. Now you have like fuzzy
3
dice.
trillion techniques.
Yeah, fuzzy dice, swim baits. You've got kayaks with built-in motors, no motors, 2 motors, 5 screens.
TVs.
You're like, yeah.
Yeah.
So, really, really grateful for what you guys do. So that's why I'm excited. But I want to get right into it. I've got just 5 simple questions for y'all. And
Rad.
I think you guys are the people for these questions. But as we get into it, I have to ask you guys: have y'all fished in 2026 yet?
Nope.
Nothing.
No. I'm looking out at this sheet of ice right outside my door. That's where I live on a lake. I will probably ice fish it this week, but I haven't done it yet.
Southern Michigan sucks for ice fishing. So Southern
Mhm.
Michigan's right on the border where if you get any rain, you get pitted ice, and all the ice that you think is good is actually not that good.
It's not safe.
And it also takes a
Oh,
long time for ice to cook in the southern portion of the state. Most people that
Mhm.
are ice fishing that you see in Michigan are driving north, like 2-3
Yeah.
hours.
okay, okay,
And yeah, we had a lot of rain, and also it's just holiday time. We both have
yeah,
kids,
Yeah.
and I'm
yeah,
like, dude, uh, I
Family
can
time.
fish. I can fish after family time. Like
Mhm.
yeah,
the Thanksgiving, like basically all December, it's
It's
family
just
time.
null and void. Like
Yeah.
we're barely filming together, right? We're behind on videos,
Yep.
and we're basically like, "Do you have time to? Do you have 3 hours today? Like, just jump over to my house. We'll shoot 2 videos. We'll get out." And like that's what we've been doing for
Yep.
all of the holiday season. But now, we're coming out of that. Kids going back to school, so we'll start to do that. I cut my job down, so now I can have the mornings. So I might go take a morning and do some ice fishing. I at least got to scout this lake. I don't even know if it's safe ice. We'll find out. I haven't even
yeah.
checked it. So
Man, I just, me being down here in Georgia, I just assumed, hey, it's ice. You can go stand on it. You can fish on it. You'll be good to go.
you would
You
think.
can. You can. And look,
Yeah,
I'm honestly kind of a baby. Like I'm a little bit of a
you
wimp when
are.
it comes to ice. Like a lot of dudes will go
But
out on
like
3 inches
you,
and be fine.
you take all the risks on the channel, but like the one risk you won't take
Yeah.
is stepping out on ice that's under 4 inches.
Yeah, 4 inches is my limit, and I'm a baby about it. I've
Yeah.
seen so on Lake St. Clair, you get a lot more variance because the winds are crazy, and I've seen trucks go through, I've seen people go through every single
Oh
year. You
yeah.
read guys falling through and not making it, and I'm like, you know what? I don't
That's
need
not
bluegill that
ideal.
bad. I love them; they're great. Do I need it that badly? No, not really. I'll just wait till it's like super
Die
solid.
for
So
them
I'm a win. I'm
crappie.
a win. It's mostly my fault.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, man. I'll admit to you guys right now. You guys can ask my buddies. I play it safe. Like I
Yeah.
play it safe. I've got two beautiful girls.
Yeah,
I love my wife, and we've got a baby on the way. And so,
Awesome.
when we're
congrats.
right, yeah, thank you. When we're going down rapids, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. If it's pretty sketchy, I'm walking that bad boy. Yeah, I'm walking
Yeah.
that bad boy because
I feel you, dude.
yeah, because North Georgia fisherman needs to live to make another video next week.
Yeah,
So
that's right. That's
It would
and
right.
be ideal.
so does my camera gear. So
Yeah.
Facts.
and
True.
And guess who's lost the most camera gear in this channel? And it's me by
yeah,
a lot. And
dang,
I
dude.
absolutely take all. I play it fast and loose. I am what I am.
Yeah. Hey, man. Way to claim it, man.
Yeah.
I do not. I do not.
Same.
I have yet to flip for that reason or
That's nice.
ruin any gear, but at the same time, like we were out the other day, we launched it from a bridge and I watched Eric go down this like class 2 rapid so smooth in his RVR. I was like,
Yeah.
that was sick, man. That might be worth
That
that
looked freaking awesome.
it might be worth sinking a camera, man. That was just nasty.
2026, the year of risks. Let's
Yeah, I
go.
was like, why don't they waterproof all this already?
Right?
So yeah,
Great
That's what I'm
question.
yeah,
saying.
Why don't they figure out how to name the gosh dang clips?
dude.
Oh yeah.
I would pay someone to go. I would pay a lot of money to have a representative from GoPro who knows the answer sit right in front of me and tell me why you can't just put them in order or
I
name
would
them in order so that
I
I
would
can
Yeah,
not
not do
pay
it
him
later.
yeah,
anything. I would say, why haven't you done this
Well,
yet?
then I
I
would
paid
lock
you
the,
so
then I
much
would
money
lock the door and
already.
be like, "You're not leaving this room alive, buddy."
You know how many
yeah,
freaking cameras I bought from you guys? You could afford to change your file naming convention, please.
yeah. Dude, I switched over to the Action 5
Heck
and
yeah.
everything
Yeah,
is just in order
in order.
and I just like copy it over. I'm like, man, we're ready to edit. This is
Saved
You're,
us
awesome.
you're spoiled
100
now,
hours.
right?
Yeah,
So
Like
much
it's
yeah,
anxiety.
ridiculous.
yeah. Dude, I wonder. I know there's a lot of guys listening that maybe they don't, quote unquote, they're not content creators, but like I
Mhm.
feel like nowadays everyone's running like a GoPro or something just for
A lot
like
of
that
people
big
are.
fish moment or like
Yeah.
just to share the day. And I think that's really
Memories.
neat. Yeah, dude, I went to Del Hollow, forgot my GoPro, had to go buy another one. I was like, I'm gonna regret this. I'm gonna regret this because up there in Tennessee, a lot of Tennessee, there's nothing. I mean, there's
Mm.
absolutely nothing. Um, I always make this joke, and that I went into a convenience store, and there was this Indian guy there, and he
Mhm.
started speaking to me
Mhm.
in his native language. I was like, no, man. I was like, hermano. I'm like, I was like, Spanish, dude. I was like, but he was so excited because I
Yeah.
was the only brown person he had seen
Yeah.
probably in weeks. And I was
Within a
like,
month.
dude, there's nothing out here. I was like,
I
bro, I was
get
like,
it.
He was
yeah.
like,
So what?
"Save me, dude,
I was
please."
like, dude, English. And he was like, yeah, yeah. I was like, where's the closest Walmart? It was like an hour, excuse me. It was like an hour away. There was
Yeah.
no, there was nothing but like they had the basics. And the closest Action 5 camera was 2 hours away, like in Louisville.
Jeez.
Yeah. So long story short, got a brand new GoPro for the tournament. It gave out on me 2 months later. Brand new, no water damage, nothing.
13 or which one? 12?
No, it's the new
9.
at 13, the newest one. Is
13.
that yeah?
Oh,
Gave out.
Oh.
yeah.
The 12 gave out on me too. Nothing happened. Just recording. Fried, gone.
Decided to stop.
Yeah. Tossed it
That
Yes.
out.
is that sums up my GoPro experiences with a lot
Yeah.
more beeps.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, right
File
here.
repair.
Right here.
Yeah.
The Action
Yeah.
5 is great. DJI is great. And you guys, if you're not filming or recording stuff, I get that this is probably makes no sense, but there's nothing more frustrating than driving 4 hours, bringing all this crap, getting away from your family, going fishing. You're having some fun. Have the
Yeah.
time of your life. Have the moment you went out there for. Get it caught on camera. Have it be running. Get home. Dump the clips. Takes 2-3 hours to dump a full day of fishing if you're running the camera the whole time. Dump all
Yeah.
those clips. Wake up the next day. Have a video due in 3 days. Sit down to go edit that footage. File corrupted. And guess which one was corrupted? The one with that exact moment on it. And it's
Every
always
time.
that clip every
Yeah.
single time.
Yeah.
Every
And
time.
now you not only have to find a way to make another video in
Mhm.
short order, so you got to record it at 10 o'clock at night. You get to start recording one, then edit it that night, dude.
Yeah.
Nothing will make you cuss louder on this earth. Nothing.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like
Yeah.
it's the most. I'm getting frustrated just thinking about it.
The anxieties are building up inside of you.
I can't.
It's painful, dude. I've
Yeah.
had panic attacks because we spent so much time getting
13 hours driving to
footage.
Minnesota, fish with somebody, do some ice fishing.
Wisconsin, it was.
I
Yeah.
filmed the whole thing in time lapse on accident. Look at me go! And then
Oh, man.
the other,
Yeah.
Oh,
and then
man.
the other
I
clip.
pull this clip and it's just like, I was like,
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, great, that was fantastic.
no.
And then on Jeff's side, we had a corrupt file. The entire card.
Dude.
So I had to pay $200 to get a software that could fix the file.
Oh,
And then
really?
I fixed the file. Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Most expensive video that did like the worst.
7
like
views.
the cost per view on that video towards us
Asinine.
was so bad. It was like early on, and it's ice fishing, and nobody like if you're not uncut
couldn't care
angling,
less.
I don't. If you're not Jay Siemens, I don't care about ice fishing.
Nope.
Right?
Yeah.
Those are like the only guys getting views on ice fishing. We got like 1,000 views on this video to this day, and it like cost me $200 plus all the gas plus all the food for like a week.
You gotta love that.
Never again. No destination ice trips. That's like one of our rules.
You gotta love it. You gotta
Yeah.
love it. But
Yeah.
man, speaking of gear, like as we get into that conversation, because we can sit here and have a good time all day and everyone's gonna, hear us
Yep.
go on and on about it. But speaking of gear, I wanna kind of do things a little bit backwards today. Like
Mhm.
typically my first question to you guys, I would probably end the show with, but
Mhm.
I want to see how you guys respond to this first question to see how it affects the other answers, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah. So I want to get right into it. Like with this, I think it's a hard hitting question. And people probably listening are like, man, come on, bud. But guys, the future of kayak fishing, it's 2026.
Mhm.
It's a new year. The kayak industry has now been growing and kind of booming for a while now. Had a giant boost in COVID. That's when I started kayak fishing. So my question to you guys is, with all your experience with gear, listen, from cameras to motors to electronics to everything, there's even kayak fishing rods now made
Yep.
for specifically right for kayak, nuanced for that. So
Yeah.
my question is, the future of kayak fishing, how do you see the direction of kayak fishing evolving in the next few years? And do you guys think we're headed in the right way or in the wrong way as a community and then as an industry? And I'll throw these little tidbits in there, thinking of the year
Hmm.
we just had, innovations like the FluxJet kayak coming out, right?
Hmm.
Cheating scandals in tournaments.
Yeah.
Something that really shook us up as well earlier on was the XTR. It's getting out of hand now. You can put
Hmm.
two motors, three screens on it. So there's been a lot of things going on. So I just want to have an open, transparent conversation about that. Paul, you want to start us off, man?
Yeah, duh. I like. I think we're actually heading in the right way in a lot of ways. So one on the gear side, FluxJet, a couple things that are really really helping us out. Fully integrated from the jump. When you buy something, all the wiring's done for you. That is going to set the stage for a lot of companies. They're going to see that and be like, I just lost 100 kayak sales this year to a
Hmm.
company that doesn't even have boats on shore yet to assemble. And
Mhm.
that's because what are they offering? Yeah, jet motor's cool. It's very, very, very cool. So that's a huge win because you can run ultra shallow. But the way that they're doing this, they're offering so much value. Pre-wired all your running lights, pre-wired your battery, pre-wired your breaker, pre-wired for the battery. Everything's pre-wired.
Hmm.
They've got uh, a piece of technology in there that will use up to a 60-volt battery and a 12
Mm.
volt to 60-volt battery. There's a regulator in there, so
Yeah.
you can run all your stuff off of one battery. Like that's a $10 component, 5 minutes of install, but
Hmm.
4 hours of install for an amateur, and they're going to do it wrong. So
Hmm.
I think that changes the lens at which kayak companies have to now look at their value prop. And like Wilderness Systems already started doing it with the Tactical Pro, right? They put your breaker in there, they put your Anderson connector in there, so you can just plug in your trolling motor. They pre-wired all that. Like that's the type of stuff that people are going to have to start offering later. That's a huge win, I think, for kayak fishing in general. So stuff like that's great. They're also offering like 3D printed, not 3D printed, but they're offering parts for their motor online so that you can just fix the motor. It's a very simple motor, but like
Yeah.
the idea that we're not going to charge you $1 million for it, we want to keep you in the kayak for a long time and keep you as a loyal customer, and we're going to just do that. Like
Yeah.
that's what we need to see more. Stuff like that is what we need to see more of. Like, and I think that these kayak companies have to they're going to have to change their ways with some of what FluxJet's offering. So I think that's one thing that's great. The other thing is we're seeing a lot of innovation on the tech side. Look at Power Pole Move. It's 5Gs. I totally get it. It's insane.
Hmm.
Garmin comes out with a $3,500 to $4,000 motor, depending on whether or not you get the wireless foot pedals. But those both take. You don't need two motors anymore. They
Hmm.
actually are cutting your weight by cutting the need for two batteries and another motor. They're making things simpler. They're both extremely quick release. Like they both are actually end up saving you money because one, they're going to last longer because of quality, but two, you now do not need two batteries and two motors. You can run it all off of one. I think
Hmm.
stuff like that is all pushing on the gear side,
Mhm.
all in a great place. Now on the community side, you talk about some of the negative stuff. I actually think the growth of tournaments is actually providing a lot of places for people to get into kayak fishing
Hmm.
and like have a community. We're creating these pockets of like really good things. So like the growth of like women entering the sport, we need to do way more of that. Like that is only helping us out. Um, so I would love to see more Christine Fishers, more Wesley Grays. There's so many people that are just doing, and they're doing it in a very positive way. They're just like outside having
Hmm.
fun.
Yeah.
Like, show me that. And I think that's the one thing that if there's like a negative side, this like high competition, I need to beat you. I have the best kayak. My stuff's better than yours. We got to get that out of here. If there's one thing that I could get less of, it's that. Like a $25,000 kayak, I want to see them losing to guys in $2,000 rigs that are home done. Like I want to see a lot more of that, and that's just going to happen with volume. So the more people we get in that are getting into it for the right reasons to just have fun, be outdoors, and like hang out with their little community. I would love to see like the bowling league of fishing. I would like to see that be the standard. Like I
Hmm.
fish with the same 20 guys. We fish our trail. We love it. And we always have fun. That if
Yeah.
we had more of that, I think that's the one thing I'd like to switch a little bit. Like there's a lot of positives out there.
That's good. That's good, man. That's a good take. And so I like that. So more integration, more efficiency on the gear side, and more community building for us. Yeah, I like your take on tournaments too. Yeah. Jeff, what
They're
about you,
fun.
man? They are, man. They are.
Yeah. Well, Paul took all the answers, so pass. Like,
Skip.
you can just say everything good and then just walk off. Well, I mean, I guess you could. You just did. Yeah, I mean, obviously, I agree with all those points. We were on Debo's fishing channel last night talking about this, and the thing I said on there still stands true. I think the thing I'm most excited for with the Flux Jet is not even necessarily the Flux Jet itself, but like what it's going to do to the industry.
Yeah.
What I hope that it does, and I know essentially that it's going to do, is it's going to shake it up because, like Paul said, I mean, these companies that have been very comfortable, right?
Yeah.
Like they're
Yeah.
they're being forced to watch sales go away that they have no control over, right? Because this new just company entered the market and they're like, "What's up? Mine is better than yours. Deal with it," right? And what are you going to do about it? You have to adapt to survive, right? If you want to
Yeah.
survive and then eventually go back to thriving again, you got to do something about it. And what I hope it does, I hope it drives, you know, creating more value centric kayaks that are affordable, that pack a lot of technical features right out the gate, that may become pre-wired and pre-plumbed for foot steering. Like more of that would be great instead of these blank slates we get for $3,000. Like you can't just look at a new kayak enter the market at $3,500 with a motor, pre-wired, pre-plumbed for foot steering, where all you need to do is add a battery and you're motorized and having fun around your lake. Like uh, other companies can't just look at that and be like, well, I'll just keep selling shells for $3,000, right? Like you got
Right.
to do something. Wilderness Systems took a stab at that with the Tactical Pro 128, where it's pre-wired and pre-plumbed. You do still have to run foot steering cables and like all that stuff and like set it up. So it's still not where the Flux Jet is, which is wild to think about. Also doesn't have a voltage regulator. Also, why hasn't that been a thing in the industry until 2025?
Yeah, that is a great question. That is
It's
a great.
insane. We're all just throwing in 50 different batteries. We could have all figured out voltage regulators. And I'll tell you, the DIY market did figure it out, but like their solution was so complex that vast majority of anglers are never going to do that build. Like
Right.
they have the basically what you would see in a bass boat. They're starting to build those. People were putting those together. I remember looking at forums 2, 3 years ago going like, how do I do this off of one battery? Because people would look, I want to run a trolling motor, graphs, and lights, one battery. How do I do it? And there was just convoluted, extremely complicated engineering level
Wrong.
answers in
Wrong
forums.
answers.
Yeah, that no one was gonna do. They were.
Yeah.
I looked up all the parts, put it together, and I was like, I'm not doing this. Like, I'm not gonna make this build. And it turns out freaking regulators are $20 on Amazon. Like you can just get one. And all I needed was somebody to point to it and say, this is what does that. And you're like, okay,
Yeah.
cool. Problem solved. FluxJet did that. They
Yeah.
actually handed us four of them. I don't know. Like they gave me a new one last time we were there. That's a step up. Was it a step up or step? We had to do a step up. Yeah. Cause they had to take like 12 volt to 24 volt. Anyways, they started like introducing those components though and saying like, look, this is cheap, you can just get it on your own. And that's because their owner is a guy who builds robots and submarines. Like he knows these parts inside and out, and like he knows what to direct you towards. So again, like my favorite thing about them hitting the market is shaking it up. I think that's
Yeah.
the biggest value to us as consumers. Like we're all gonna win on the back end of that, which is awesome. So anybody who's looking at FluxStat and they're like, that's not for me, that's okay. Like just be excited it exists. You should be excited that it exists. I don't care if it's not for you. I don't care if you don't like it. I don't care if you buy into this conspiracy theory that it like isn't as fast as they say it is. It is. They have GPS footage of that. But like just deal with it. It's not for you. That's fine. Who cares? Right?
Yeah.
Don't buy it. I don't care if you don't buy it. Like don't. But a lot of people are. It's sold out through the end
September.
of this year almost, pre-sold. Like nobody's getting their hands on this thing for a while. That's the problem for them, is they need better production. But like it's a good thing it exists. Be happy about that because it's going to shake up this industry, which is awesome. And then yeah, from the community side, I love seeing things like Kayak Adventure series over the last 2
Mhm.
years has like really blossomed. I still want to see it get way bigger. We were at the end of the trail last year, the last event in Pennsylvania, and there was not as many people as I would have hoped would have been there. I was
Yeah.
hoping it would have been double that size. I get it. I think people look at tournaments and are like, they see the same guys winning all
Yeah.
the time, and that
Yeah.
gets
Yeah.
frustrating. But there's like a whole other side to tournaments that's valuable, and Kayak Adventure Series tries to toe that line where Drew Gregory is trying to put up prizes that are accessible to anyone. It's like the micro bag, for example. If you're having a rough day in the tournament, just go catch a bunch of dinks. You just need 5 under 10 inches, and you could win a couple $100 in surprises, like
Yeah.
and a little medal, and then you feel good, like you did something that day, and that's cool. We made a prize for the middle of the pack, the average angler prize, right? Like it's just if you hit dead center, you get a prize from us, so there's like fun prizes and different ways to approach it, but it's the community at those events is awesome. Like hanging out with those people is really like the price of admission is worth that.
Yeah.
So you get to go hang out with them, have a blast, make some new friends, stay in touch afterwards, fish a new place that you've never been to before, probably, maybe catch some good fish, maybe place well. The cash prizes go to like 15th or 20th place or something. So like there's still a chance you might pull something out. I just like worry less about taking first, second, or third and more about just catching some good vibes and having a good time. And like that's what I want to see more this year and moving forward is more tournaments like that, if not just KAS blowing up and like being awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I say that a lot on here. So for me, tournament fishing really accelerated my growth.
Yeah.
And it helped me build really good relationships and friendships. I don't think people who don't do tournaments, I don't think they understand how open tournament anglers are. Like even during the event, they'll be like, I can't tell you how many times I was shocked to be talking to somebody that was like, how'd you do? And I didn't do that well. He's like, well, I was just throwing a XYZ like by this. And I'm like, why are you telling me that? Like, don't you want to
Yeah.
keep that? So
Most people will do
yeah,
that.
yeah.
The
Most,
top
I'm
3 will never do that, but everybody else will
dude,
100%.
dude, the people that have always helped me are the best, like the best ones. I'm
Yeah.
talking about the hammers of the hammers.
Hmm.
They have always been the ones that'll be like, dude, just throw a speed worm by here or throw a chatterbait here or do this. And
Yeah.
that's how, to me, what that communicates is like, that's why they're so good. They're so confident and secure in what they're
They're
doing
like, you can do what
that they're
I'm
like,
doing. It's not gonna
yeah,
be a
do
difference.
it. Yeah.
Still gonna
And I've
beat you.
just, yeah. So you
You're
guys,
still
you
gonna get
guys are
ripped.
right. You guys are right. Like to me, I learned that tournaments are what you make of it. If you are
Yeah.
listening right now and you have a hard time with what Jeff said, and you're tired of seeing the same people win, it's what you want to invest into and what you want to make
Yeah.
out of it. Because when I started putting more time into it, I started placing better. I cashed a check. Or
Hmm.
when I start, if I started taking the community approach, I learned more staying with those guys, fishing those different bodies of water. It's just,
Yep.
there's so much more than just like, I need to go and I need to place like first, second, or third, or else it's a complete fail. And that's not it. You're missing
Yeah.
it if that's the mindset. There's so much more.
You got to be
Um,
new before you can be good.
that's
It's a
right.
sport, man.
That's
Like
right.
you can't you have to have a passion for the sport. You can't just do it to win, or it's gonna burn your passion up too
Yeah.
fast.
Like,
Yeah.
would you
Like,
enter a wrestling tournament thinking that you're gonna like place?
I was about to
yeah,
say, man, I was about to say,
What the frick?
yeah, it's like even so. I played baseball. Like
yeah,
you could go to a Sunday league, brand new to the sport, and these guys may not be pros, but they're gonna whoop on you pretty
Oh,
good.
yeah.
So
destroy you.
yeah,
Yes, it
Just
won't be
learn,
close.
just get
yeah,
better.
Yeah,
Like
the only way
that's
you can really
what
do it
it's
is to
about.
participate, and I think
Yeah,
it changes the goalpost. So your goalpost when you go out by yourself is like catch 10 fish or whatever. Your goalpost when you start doing tournaments becomes like, okay, I'm going to try and catch 5 good fish, and all of a
yeah.
sudden it's
Get a
like
consistent
you'll
bag.
more consistently like achieve that goal because you just raise the
Hmm.
bar on yourself, and you're around a bunch of people who are accomplishing this like on a regular basis, and you will
Yeah,
pick stuff up, like you will get better. I like the bowling league to me is like the closest thing. Like dudes who are in
yeah.
a league, they fish once every week, 1 to 2 weeks for like a whole
Hmm.
season, right? So maybe they instead of like, oh, I go on the weekends when I can. Okay, you go 4 or 5 times a year. No, now you're going like 15 times a year, which is a lot. And all of a
yeah,
sudden you're like, man, 2 years of that, and you're like
Hmm.
super good at bowling. You're like, yeah, if I score under 150, it's trash day. Versus
Yeah.
Mhm.
you 2 years ago, if you scored 150, you'd be like, I banged one out. And that's
Mhm.
just because you did it
Yeah.
more. And I think that goes for anything. So if you want to get good
Just
at
show up.
anything, you show up, do it, and you will
Mhm.
get better. Like you don't have an option. You will get better at it. You may not be the best. You may not be placing first, second, third every week, but you will be way better than you were the prior year for sure.
Yeah.
This is like what I have to teach my daughters right now, because like kids want to think that they're going to be the best at something the moment they start doing it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like my youngest, who's autistic, by the way, so it's like even worse, it's like to an nth degree. She'll start drawing a picture and she'll be like, why isn't this a Monet? Like, why did I not
Oh, come.
just, what, the Mona Lisa didn't come out of my hand?
Dude,
What the hell? And she
dude,
just like flips out.
my 10-year-old daughter, distraught, in tears, distraught.
What's
And
wrong?
I'm like, baby, what's going on? What's going on? What's going
Yeah.
on, baby? Talk to daddy. This picture look horrible. I am such a, and I'm like,
I'm so bad.
yeah.
Like, what are you talking about? Your first drawing in months. Like,
She's
oh,
like, it
okay.
doesn't, you guys know that YouTube channel where like the guy draws and the people
Yes.
follow with his
My
son, I
kids
think.
love that.
Yeah, so my daughter's like, it doesn't look anything like his, and look at that kid. Look at what he's doing. I'm like, baby, he's been doing this like
Yes.
that little person has been doing this for a long time. Like
He
you'll
grew
get
up with
better.
that.
Yeah, and
My
she got better. She got better. Yeah.
My kids grew up with, like, for like 4 or 5 years they were watching that channel, just only doing that, and it was the same reaction. You're like, it doesn't look the same. I'm like, this is your unique way to do it. Like, it's yours now. Isn't
Oh,
that
dude.
better? Like, what do you
My
want to trace it? Like,
my son, any sport, any sport,
any.
picks it
Yep.
up. Doesn't we got a little basketball game, like it's like foosball basketball. Meltdowns for the first 20 minutes. Then after
Yeah.
about 40 minutes of playing, he's starting to do well. Now that's all he wants to do
Yeah.
is play, and he loves
Yeah.
it. And it, dude,
Yeah.
that goes the same with fishing. Like just go do it. And tournaments are a great way to do it because it just escalates your expectations, and then it escalates the time you put into it. Because you put a lot of money into something, you're gonna try harder, right? And you're gonna be frustrated. There are gonna be days when you're frustrated. That's all part of the experience. You will get better though. Promise. Period. The end. You're going to get better.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
Oh, it's
good.
Art
That's good.
Art for Kids Hub is what it
There it
is.
is. There it is. Yeah. Art.
See, I knew it. I was like,
That's
dude,
right.
I'd watch that straight
Top
up for
10
like
subscription.
4 or
That's
5
right.
years.
Yeah. They're like the tactical bassin of drawing to me.
Right?
You know, like, yeah.
Yes.
They'll get you. But I gotta okay. So as we move forward, like when you guys think about the kayak fishing industry and the community, I know you guys kind of touched on it with like your answers, but this year, what are some of the biggest challenges that you guys think we have to deal with this year?
For me,
Ooh.
it's money.
Money?
Everything's so expensive. Holy,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
even I'm
People
looking
don't
at
want
it
to spend
like,
money,
dude,
and it's
well,
expensive.
yeah, exactly. Like, do
Yeah.
I want to spend money? No. Like,
I
I'm
don't.
spending $1 billion a minute on groceries. Like, the last thing I want to do is now I have to go get into a kayak that's 3,000 to 5,000
Yeah.
Yeah.
as an empty
Yeah.
hull. That's crazy. And so one thing that I've kind of called out is I think people need to get back into pedal kayaks. I think the used market, people just do a little homework. I think there's a lot to be had in the used market.
Yeah.
And, you know, I think river fishing needs to kind of make a little bit more of a comeback than it has in the last year, which it has, I think, just in general, quite a bit.
Yeah.
But I think river fishing needs to come back because you can get away with murder just with a paddle kayak on the river. And
Yeah.
you don't need a lot. Two rigs. 2 rigs will set you up, and you can be catching, you know, 18-inch smallmouth and 15 to 20-inch bass all day, depending on where you are, right? You can
Yeah.
do that
Yeah.
all day, and multi-species like
Dude,
crazy,
the
and
multi-species is insane, bro. It's
nuts.
nuts. Yeah.
It's nuts. And it's I hate to say it's easier fishing, but like if you're an inexperienced angler, there's a lot less water. So a
Yeah.
lot less
Yeah.
water. So like
Yeah.
the fish are jammed into that you know 20-foot, 60-foot wide stretch. They're there somewhere. You cast enough, you're gonna get into them. And so,
Yeah.
you know, I think that I think creek fishing, river fishing, and paddle kayak fishing, pedal kayaks, all I think are probably should be on the come up on people's radar this year.
Yeah.
Let's just get back into value fishing. I'm not
Yeah.
saying like don't get a tournament rig and all that, but like just value fishing, not so much like I think the big rigs need to take a rest. Like we got to get the $20,000 rigs. We need to give them a rest.
Yeah. Yeah, especially so I spend, I would say, about 70% of the year in my RVR,
Yeah,
right?
Mhm.
In the 119.
banger.
And the rest of the year I spend in my rig. Now, I try to tell people who reach out to me, and I don't know if you guys have a struggle with this. I do have a struggle with this. Like I like being completely transparent about these things. Like, you know, I will tell them, guys, I got that stuff not for free, but because of the work that I do.
Yeah,
Mhm.
That's why I have the now, and I will tell them, if I was not doing this like this, I probably wouldn't have that rig, if I can be
Yeah.
honest. Like that,
Yeah.
I mean, like between the batteries, the screens,
all the
everything. I
install
mean,
wiring, all that
yeah.
crap.
So
Crate.
I have this like I was out on okay, I was out on Lanier yesterday, and I was out there with my buddy Jorge. I talk about him a lot because Jorge is a dog. He's a dog in every bit of his life. Like, he barely speaks English, but he'll get out here and he doesn't care. He'll send it, bro. He'll have a full conversation with you about anything.
Yeah.
And like that's his mindset with life. Like, he'll go compete in these tournaments, no live scope. And
Yeah.
Jorge, if you're listening, man, I love you. I'm gonna tell them what your wife told you. So he was having this conversation with his wife, and she was, our wives don't fully understand the whole fishing everything. Even
Yeah.
my wife, she helps me run the business. She doesn't get every bit of it. So his wife innocently said, and in a loving way, hey, why are you still doing these tournaments? Maybe you should just stop.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Because okay, and I'll give the example. I'll give the example right now. And if you guys are listening, I hope this adds a little bit of value. But like yesterday, I kid y'all not, I was out there with LiveScope within the first hour. Now, it's never this easy. I mean,
Mhm.
it's not always this easy, but within the first hour, boom, like 89 inches on Lanier. Again,
Nice.
that's a combination of like, dude, I've been working at that for years. The
Mhm.
gear, I
right
mean,
place, right time.
dude, having the Sniper Marine pole, which is like
Oh, yeah.
$500, I
The
think, is
cheap
what
Yeah.
it
one is
costs.
500.
Yeah,
Yeah. 800 for the better
if I
one.
did, dude, there was some catches. If I didn't have that, like the ability to do that
Sure.
360, wouldn't have caught it. I caught fish under his kayak.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, there's
Savage.
fish under. I was like, I'm gonna throw under your kayak. I was like, let your spoon fall. There's like four, and I would get out there and boom.
Yep.
And I looked at the camera. I'm making a YouTube video. I'm like, guys, I just need to make it clear. This does not make me a better angler than
Mhm.
it doesn't make me like more advanced. It doesn't make me better in any way. Like, I just happen to have a piece of tool, a resource,
Mhm.
something that he does not have. And
Mhm.
it just goes to show how much further having all that gear can take you. So like and it leads into my next question. I have a really hard time making videos out of that rig, right?
Mhm.
And so I try to be super careful about it. And my question to you guys is this: what do you guys have to say? You're excited about innovation and all these things, which I think is great. Competition
Mhm.
for FluxJet. Me being a bona fide native guy, I also think that's great. Competition is good in the
Mhm.
industry. What do you guys have to say to the people that are saying, like, we're getting away from our grassroots, like this is getting too out of hand, like, the whole point of kayak fishing was to make it accessible and affordable
Yeah.
to those of us who couldn't get into a boat. Like, that is the reality of it.
Mhm.
What do you guys, just a quick, maybe like a quick, simple 2 sentence response? And I know that's hard, but what would you guys say to them? Like, what would be like your one thing?
Yeah. I'd say you're right, and the industry needs to broaden its offer, right? Like the
Mhm.
kayak fishing industry needs to not only make XTRs, but also make Crescent Smallies
That's
and
right. That's
beyond.
right.
Like, so imagine if every brand went up and down, right? So they had the budget model up to the expensive model.
Yeah.
I think that would be great. I think that we got away from that. So in that case, I think those folks are right. I also think that there's definitely a place where that person with the money and resources that wants that XTR fully rigged out can have that. And I don't care if they do. I'm
Yeah.
happy for them. So I think Paul mentioned it earlier. Like, I'd love to see less of folks, saying like, just buy a boat, or why are you in a Sun Dolphin? And more of folks saying, I'm glad you're out on the water, bro.
There it
That's
is.
awesome.
There it is.
Like, that's all I want. Like, why do we have to rip on other people's rigs? They have the rig. Fantastic. Cool. It
Yeah.
cost 25 grand. Cool. They had that. Neat. Like, you don't need that. You don't have,
Yeah.
nobody really needs that. But if they want
No.
that,
Yeah.
cool. Good for them, dude. Do it. But like, companies need to sell like top to bottom offer. Like that's what I would love to see more of. Because that makes it, again, return to accessibility for the industry would be good. I mean, we said this when we do that interview with Kayak Angler magazine, Paul.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, "What's the issue with the industry?" And my answer was, "It's too expensive, man." Like, your answer was, "It's too expensive." I was like, "It's too expensive and elitist." Really, it feels that way. Like, it makes you feel like you have to get a tournament rig,
Yeah.
and like,
Yeah.
you just need to get out on the water. Like, that stuff is cool. Technology is cool. You also can't sit there and be like, the Garmin motor's stupid and sucks. No, it's awesome. Like,
Yeah.
you may not be able to afford it. You may not need it, and that's okay. Somebody will. The technology is cool, though. I'm never going to sit here and be like, the newest tech is not cool. It's cool. It is very cool. It might not be something I can afford, and that's okay. Like,
Yeah.
it just is what it is. But yeah,
good.
we need to broaden the offer, I think.
Yeah, bring river fishing back. Everyone go creek fishing adventures. Just get a paddle kayak, go hit the creek.
Yep.
Like, do it. We need to see more creators doing that.
Mhm.
Just
Yeah.
show them how fun it is. That's what we try and do. We actually used to have giant, really expensive $20,000 rigs, and we intentionally got out of them because it just didn't make sense. Same thing you're feeling. I was like, dude,
Yeah.
how am I to tell people to buy a $1,500 kayak when I'm sitting in a $5,000 kayak? It's crazy.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. My RVR is a NK 180, the first one that came out, because I beat the
Mhm.
mess out of it. And that is it. I mean, I may have like my little deeper sonar for like
Sure.
the rivers, get the temperature, the depth, and some mapping. Because it's accessible, it's cheaper,
Mhm.
no wires, and guys, I mean, that's it. Like that's what I did this year. I actually this year, like around March, I was like, I'm not having fun like the way I could be. Like, what am I
Yeah.
doing? And why do I feel this pressure to
Too
like
much stuff.
go? I used to think, man, I can't win because I don't have what they have. Like
Mhm.
it's
Look at Drew
never that.
Gregory. Drew Gregory's rig has almost nothing in it. He has
Yeah.
4 batteries.
All about the batteries.
He's like,
Battery
if I have
management.
4 batteries, I can get wherever I need to go, and I can beat you. And he goes
I
in
can
shallow
go
water, and he beats
20
everybody
miles.
all the time.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So you can do it your way. Now, my thing for me, we're actually dropping a video on. We're building 3 different kayaks. Ultra high expensive. What would we pick this year if y'all had a brand new? The value. So get your dollar to go as far as possible, and then cheap. And
Yeah.
dude, a Vibe Makata with a Garmin Striker 4 and nothing else, because you can get that with a pedal drive, is like
Yeah.
$2K. Brand
Yeah.
new. The whole thing.
With pedals.
With tax.
Yeah.
With tax. Like that, you can slay fish for 5 years straight consistently in that rig and not have to add a single thing. Nothing.
And car top it or
Car
shove
top
it in an
diameter.
SUV because
Like,
it's
dude,
a 10-footer.
And
Yeah,
yes, you
true.
can do that in an RVR.
Yeah.
That's what I would tell people to get is go get a Shoaly or an RVR and throw a Striker 4 on there, save up your, wait till Christmas or whatever,
Or
and then just
deeper.
go fish rivers consistently.
Yeah.
You don't need a
Yeah.
motor. You will cover tons of water. You'll have tons of fun. You get the best views. You catch tons of fish. You get multi-species. You will be a better angler for it. Period. So that is entry level. And you're still fishing a premium hull.
Yeah. Dude,
Yep.
speaking of car topping, before we close this subject out, and I think it's been great. You guys have hit some really good points there. I want to say this to people listening. If you're trying to get into kayak fishing, as Paul and Jeff break everything down, it also goes to this where like you get the big rig, you cannot use it without a motor. You can't like you can't paddle. It's not
Try
gonna happen.
paddling an XTR. Enjoy that.
The XTR is not
Not
fun
gonna
to paddle.
happen. It's not gonna happen. And if it's not gonna happen. So you can't get it without a motor. But here's another thing, guys, I want to touch on. Like we're doing like, and I'm not hating because I love the innovation. I love to see new stuff, but like the $8,000 trailers,
Oh yeah.
the $7,000 to $10,000 that you now have to. Someone told me the other day, uh, like why are you using your a trailer for your native? Like, have you ever like picked up a native like Titan X with three
I have.
batteries, sniper pole,
It's
like a
180 pounds, 175 pounds naked.
It's a fun deadlift, I'll tell you that
Well,
dude,
and
much.
Jeff and I
dude.
talked. We actually talked about this. We're talking about trying to do like a fitness challenge because I think that's another
Mhm.
thing the fishing
Yeah,
community desperately needs is just a little
Oh
more
yeah, 100.
fitness.
Oh
let's
yeah.
And
all get fitter.
but one of the things we talk about is like you stand on a boat ramp for long enough with a kayak that weighs 225 pounds, and that's most of them
Mhm.
once you add batteries,
Hmm.
225 roughly, and you're gonna get it. You're gonna get bit one day, and it's not gonna be good, or you're just gonna straight up not be able to handle it. And wheels are
Yeah.
great; they're a lot cheaper than a trailer. But yeah,
Hmm.
you do need some support, and getting that into the back of a truck is hard. Try getting that on top of a van. Good luck, bro. Like,
Yeah.
and so I've always been a huge Crescent fan because I think they make a quality hull with the highest quality plastic. They don't charge you the same markup as other kayak manufacturers do. It's an expensive kayak, but not always. And they're paddleable and they're accessibly paddleable. So, and they're motorizable if you want them to be. And I'm like, but they don't weigh very much. Almost all of them are about 20% lighter than average. And I'm like,
Hmm.
you can't, that's a high value proposition for somebody who wants to get high quality, be able to manage the dang thing, like carry it in and out, like without wheels even, and do a lot with a little, both in dollars and in kayak. So like that's
Yeah.
one of the reasons I've liked Crescent, and I like, and the RVR is right there. There's a lot of them,
Yeah.
but I
Mhm.
like that value proposition of like, do I really need the motor? You know what? Maybe not. And that's why I think pedal kayaks, I think 26 is the year of pedal kayaks. I think they come back in a big way. A lot of them are very expensive still, but I think you get a used Old Town, you can run that for 10 years.
Yeah. Yeah. That's very true. That's very true. Well, I mean, as we hop off of this one and go into our next question, so we've been talking more like big picture. So now, as we move into, let's talk about more about like kayak accessories. So we
Mm.
talked about big picture stuff, big motors. What are some things, like a few things that you guys are really excited about as far as like accessory wise on the smaller side? And it could be as simple as like, you know, I mentioned having like a little deeper sonar or something, but it could be
Mhm.
anything that could cost $5 to $100. What are some
If
budget
you pull out
friendly?
that bass
I'm
sack
gonna do
again, I
it.
What's he
swear
go?
to
I'm
What's he
gonna
God,
do
do?
it.
no.
What's he pulling out? We'll,
Oh,
Every time,
go
dude. His
ahead,
favorite
Paul. Go
kayak
ahead, Paul.
accessory. Go
so
ahead,
this has happened
Paul.
like
You
three
do you.
times. We got in this like in everything. Like, dude,
A
these
bag.
things
Dude,
right here. I'm
I
telling you
love
right
those
now.
bags. I
So I'm
love
Yep.
those
holding up
bags.
the Evolution
Yep.
Bass Sack. This got us into the Evolution game and kind of changed things for us. You get one of these for under $20, the XL, the big one, and
Yeah.
you can put, honestly, this is pretty much all that I really need minus terminal. Like, you can
Mhm.
put your hard baits in here if you need to. You can put your soft baits in here. You can carry as much as you want. It's not waterproof, but it's, if you keep it vertical, it's waterproof. And
Yeah.
I'm here to tell you, like, you can get away with a lot if you don't carry a ton of gear. You can stay
Mhm.
organized, waterproof, fast, and you can get rid of a bunch of tackle boxes. One
Mhm.
3600 terminal and this, and that's honestly that's all I really take a lot of times these days. So I feel like the value is there, and I still think this is my favorite kayak accessory of the entire year of 2025.
Yeah.
So, and I'll stand on that.
I, and you have been standing on it. I'd go a different direction, just do something different with that because I think that is good. Alongside that, there's like the Great Lakes Finesse terminal binder. There's like a really nice
Oh,
terminal
nice.
binder.
Banger.
That's
Yeah.
something that's new and different, and nobody else is really making like a competitive one. Terminal boxes are a pain in the butt, and they're super loud and they're super heavy, and you always
Loud.
bring way too much terminal. So smaller binder, in my opinion, better. It fits in like most front hatches. Can go under your seat, can go in a lot of different smaller compartments, right? But something that isn't out that I would want to see out is with a company like Yak Power, I would love to see a voltage regulator.
Hmm.
Now that it's like, let's mainstream that FluxJet, right? I would love to see companies like, Yak Power, which is a 12-volt system, have a way to step that up and down to different voltages so you can use different batteries.
Yeah.
I think that would be really cool to see. And yeah, I mean, I would love to have somebody make that, whether it's Yak Power or somebody else, third party. I don't know. Like maybe somebody steps into it. It's not that hard. Like they're available, mass produced. Like you can just go get them. You can wholesale those for a couple bucks per, and just find a way to incorporate it. And it's just a little tiny box. It's just got like some power in, power out.
Yep.
It's super simple. There's no reason they can't do that. Otherwise, we're going to figure out the best way to DIY it. We're going to make a video about that, and we will do this anyways. And then we're going to encourage people to do it and like start incorporating that ourselves. So
Yeah.
I think electrical simplification of the electrical systems in kayaks would be a cool thing to see this year.
Yeah, that would be really good because I can open up my Titan now and there's wires and cables everywhere,
Dude,
everywhere.
yeah. Did you use the bucket? So I
Yeah, did
drilled
you use the
holes
bucket?
throughout the bucket. My
Clutch,
breaker
baby.
was on the bucket, like from the native video that Justin did, like the how-to.
Yeah.
Which is not the greatest spot for it because you have to like tip it to get it out.
Mhm.
But yeah, I drilled the heck
Yeah.
out of my native Titan.
Yeah, I ended up getting another bucket because the first one I was like, all right, this is no, it's not
Swiss
working.
cheese it.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
did the same
Swiss
thing. I had the
cheese, bro.
button in there, like the 5-button switcher from Yak Power. I
Yeah.
drilled it into the bucket.
Yeah.
So many holes. I ended up like double-sided taping it just to cover the holes. It was not good.
Yeah, dude. And then it gets messy because
Yeah.
like my lights, my green light on the right side stopped working. So I've got red, blues, and whites right now, and the green is gone. So I'm actually, what's today? Today's the 4th. In 6 days, I have to drop my Titan off at Dugout. Shout out to Dugout, Bait and Tackle. They're the shop that I work with, and they're local here. But I'm dropping my native off to like have it stripped and then have that gear put on the XTR. And I'm not gonna lie,
Nice.
I'm a little nervous. I'm a little nervous because, what if my motor just stops? Or like I have battery issues. Like in my
Are you running a
native,
180 or 300?
I'm running a 300, and so
are you going bow mount too, or just 300?
Here's the other situation. I want to do a bow mount because I'm sitting here looking at it like, man, that's like the lake rig. If I'm fishing offshore, like it can get tricky with a 300. Like when I'm out on Lanier and the wind is like 25 miles an hour, or the gusts are 25 miles an hour, I'm like trying to scope fish, trying to get position. I'm doing this, doing that. And then I'm like pedaling at the same time.
Yep.
It helps to have the pedal drive on the native. Like it helps. But with the XTR and no pedal drive, I think it's a great open deck, awesome space, stability is incredible. The ability for gear is awesome. But that's where I'm like, okay, as an angler, how do I make this fit my style? So that's as we're talking right now, I'm trying not to get too lost. I'm like, oh man, I need to do this for the XTR. Like I need to, why can't we do this? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
you need the trolling
I need
motor.
A regulator.
Trolling motor is a huge deal on that kayak specifically. And
you're about to required on that.
You're about to find out about a problem that I think a lot of people don't realize that they'll have when they buy that kayak. It's not a bad problem, but it's a situation that you have to make a decision on. You're gonna have 2 screens on there.
Yes,
those 2 screens are gonna mount on a captain's bridge.
Yeah, I've already thought about this. Go ahead. Yeah.
So one of my favorite products this year, it's $100, which kind of sucks, but the swing arm that came out from
Yak
Attack fixes the problem that I think a lot of people don't realize that they will have with that kayak, where you're cutting off the front of that kayak by putting 2 screens on a captain's bridge. And that swing arm allows you to have both configurations however you want. You can have both in the middle. You can have them actually angled perfectly inside or outside, or you can put both swings with the graphs on the just on the outside of the kayak, so you have a lane to walk up to the front still. If you wanted that bass boat experience with the trolling motor and even a foot pedal, like we got Jeff a wireless foot pedal for the motor guide, dude, you can have it all cake, icing, eat it, do whatever you want, throw away the rest. Like you get all of it.
Yeah. Do you know how many videos? Cool. No. So that was the first thing I thought about. Do you know how many videos I've seen of guys like tripping over their screens as they're going to the front deck?
Stepping over 10 grand.
Yeah.
Every time you get up there. Ew.
To catch a bluegill.
Yeah. So I'm sitting here like, how am I going to use that front deck with a 300? How am I going to do that? You get what I'm saying?
You're not.
Yeah.
So for the first few months, as I like try to figure out which motor to get up front, I'm just going to be sitting in the front deck's really not going to be used unless
Mm-hmm.
I make that decision and be like, okay, I'm going to power pole it. I'm going to get some power poles and, you know, I guess some,
Mm-hmm.
and I hate the idea of a power pole because I'm never not moving when I'm fishing. If there's
Yeah.
something that great kayak anglers have taught me, you cover water
Yep.
like hell, you move like, so that has become a staple to what I do. So yeah, there's just all these questions and all these things that I'm just sitting here like, all right, this is what the first part of the year is going to look like. Then I hope it looks like this. But man, that's the that's the challenging and exciting part of figuring kayak fishing out.
Yeah.
But yeah. But you guys want to know what I was thinking about the other day that blows my mind? How come bass boat guys never get ripped for having like the most expensive bass boat in their community? It's like the coolest thing, right? Like,
Yeah.
you know,
The
it's
more
like,
the
oh,
better.
that's sick, you know?
200K.
Yeah.
Awesome, man. I
My-
love your
the-
$50,000
So,
Mercury. That's
when
so
someone
cool.
says, "Why don't you just buy a bass boat?"
I say, shut up. I'm just kidding.
The thing that
We have a
gets me every
conversation.
time is like they're making fun of you for spending $5,000 to $10,000, and then
Mhm.
their response is spend $100,000. I'm like, wait! I spent a fraction, a pittance
Well,
of what you would
their-
spend on a boat. And
the
you want
reality
me to
is not
now-
that, though, Paul.
Now go and spend more money to have more. Well, what are we talking about?
What they're suggesting actually is to buy a crappy used boat, right?
There it
They're
is.
saying
There
like,
is no magical
your $5,000
$10,000 skeeter that does what
There
I
is, Paul. It's on Facebook Marketplace.
In their
I have a
mind,
sandwich I would like to feed you.
My uncle gave me
And
one
it's not a
for
jab.
paperclip and chewing gum and
all right,
$1.
I will say this. This is, and I'm not hating. I want a bass boat. I want to make that clear. I want
do
a bass boat. Yeah, I want a bass boat.
We all do.
When
Yeah,
my
yeah,
kids
we all
get
do.
Not that we
older, when my
don't.
kids get older, we'll do it.
Yeah.
They're not ready for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I want a bass boat. So let me, if you're listening, you happen to be a bass boat guy and you've somehow ended up down this hole and you're lost in a kayak fishing podcast.
Welcome.
Yeah, welcome.
Thanks for being here.
Actually, I know a lot of guys that have switched from the bass boat to the kayak. I'm sure you guys
And
know some
vice
people.
versa.
Or do
for
both. at
Yeah,
least.
or do
I,
both.
I would love to do both.
Yes.
Yeah, same.
Yes.
I wouldn't
So-
switch, but yeah.
Yeah. So like I'm gonna say this very confidently. I have 3 friends. Those 3 friends bought decent bass boats. Okay, not the magical 10 grand Skeeter, not 80 grand, somewhere in the middle.
It's a
moderate.
1984.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even some like
vintage.
early
Very
2000
nice.
models.
Yeah.
One of them doesn't fish anymore because the boat was so expensive to maintain and just
Yeah,
it kept
sure.
having issues. My other friend has been on the water maybe in the last 3 years. He had 1 year where he was out like every week. The boat was awesome.
Yeah.
I mean,
Mhm.
that was the honeymoon phase. Then the
Sure.
next 2 years, it was like this happened. It's like $1,000, and it's like this happened. Well, that's another 500. So, and he's still running his boat with like a little Lowrance, like a little HDS from
Yeah.
like way back in the day, like a
Yeah.
little 8-inch
Yep.
screen. He's
Yep.
not, and so he wasn't able to fish. And then I've got another buddy who just the boat's just sitting in the garage.
It's a lot of work to get out.
Yeah,
It is.
it's just
It
it's
is.
just sitting in the garage because of like we talked about earlier. When he first got it, things were not as expensive. He loves to fish. You got tournament registration fees even for these like local events.
Yeah.
And then you've got to gas it. He had to get a truck to pull the boat.
Yep.
You got to
Yep.
pay the insurance, you got to pay the gas.
Mhm.
And so he just lets it sit in the garage. So I will say that like
Yeah.
touching back on what you guys said earlier, it would be great if we saw less of like, well, why are you spending this much on a kayak, or why are you doing this? Like,
Who cares, bro?
yeah,
Yeah.
It just
doesn't
comes
matter.
out. It's just ignorance, and that's fine. And I mean, like seeing someone spend money on something that you don't understand. Like I get those people. It's an awkward thing to tell someone they're spending too much money and then tell them to go spend more money. That I just don't understand. They're
You're
like,
right,
well, you
no.
spent that much money.
Yeah.
Go spend more money. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Because the
What are you-
5,000, it's not a 1-to-1. You buy that $5,000 used boat. Now you have to update that old Johnson motor that you
And I've
have
done
to
it.
Make sure it
I've had a
runs.
boat. I had
Yeah.
an aluminum boat.
We both did.
With
I
an
did
old
too.
motor on it, and I put a bunch of time and money into making it what I thought I wanted it. And the reason I switched to kayak fishing was because I had an apartment, and it took me so much time to drag the motor out there, to drag all the crap out there, then to have it not start, then to finally get it started, then to motor around, then it's loud as hell. You can't walk around in it. You can't. You cannot just
No.
conveniently walk around these like old metal aluminum boats. You can sit in your spot, but
Mhm.
like you're
Mhm.
not comfortably walking around. And all of a sudden I'm like banging everything around, even with the felt on the inside that I had. You
Yeah.
know, it
Yeah.
sucked. It honestly sucked. Everything about it sucked. And it was inconvenient. And I was like, I ended up getting a kayak, a nice kayak, because I sold the boat. I took the money and
No
I
maintenance,
put it into a
no
kayak,
gas.
dragged it around,
Yep.
and it was easy and fast and convenient. And I fished way more often and had more
Mhm.
fun doing it because I got to fishing quickly. I threw it in the back of the truck. I had to load up my rods and stuff, and then I was gone. And loading and unloading, 3-minute operation. It wasn't this like back the boat up, kick it back. Like all this other crap was gone. And it was,
Mhm.
I could fish the rivers with way more confidence. I mean,
Mhm.
1,000 times more confidence. And
Mhm.
so, yeah, I fished way more once I bought a fishing kayak, and I spent less money.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the whole point behind it. The
Yeah,
accessibility.
yeah, dude.
Accessibility and do what you want with it and have fun.
Yeah, you
That's
remove
really
those
it.
barriers to
Yeah.
Yeah.
fishing, and you will fish more.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I've got one last question for
All
you
right.
guys. And this one is a little more on kind of like the mindset, focusing now away from the industry. Let's focus on us, the kayak fishing community. Really, it's the fishing community, but I've noticed that the kayak fishing community is pretty tight knit. We're all pretty close. A
Mhm.
lot of us, like, we interact online, stuff like that. Um, Let me ask you guys this, and we've kind of touched on it a little bit, but let's expand just a bit. So, what trends are you seeing in the kayak angling community right now? And are you guys seeing any shifts in how, like, people think, how they maybe they're approaching their purchases or the type of fishing they're doing? I mean, one example is, you guys already touched on it. More people might be going back to the rivers. So
Mhm.
what are some things for 2026? You're like, yeah, I definitely see that happening. Like, as we move forward.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of things have shifted. I think you could trace it back to like since COVID, right? Like since 2000. So you had the boom, and like
Yeah.
everybody wanted a kayak, and then it plummeted a couple years ago, and it's like only just getting close to leveling out. Like it's not even leveled out. It's still leveling
Yeah.
out. So
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
consumer behaviors have changed so much over the past 5, now going on 6 years, and it's going to continue to change. And I think the industry is just playing catch up right now. So like the trend, if you could call it a trend, I would see within the industry is how people are voting with their dollars, like what they're buying, what they're not buying, and like FluxJet enters the chat, and like we don't know what's going to happen, what chaos that's going to bring
Yeah.
to the table. But I think folks are having higher expectations of kayak companies, and the companies are finally going like, oh, like they want more bang for their buck. So not this year, but like over the next couple of years, we'll probably see hopefully some changes, some expansion in models, like some more affordable, accessible ones. They're going to have to, because like they're really closing themselves out from the biggest bucket of consumers. Like the vast majority, like your 80% market is looking for the sub $2,000 kayak, and only your 20%, maybe even less than that, is looking for that like XTR plus, where they're going to have to make that big investment. So why would you, in an already really small industry, kind of close that huge market out? It doesn't make any sense. So I think consumer behaviors are going to be changing and shifting a little bit. And yeah, I mean, they're coming in with the expectation of, they want to see like a pretty technical, like pedal kayak that is sub $2,500, that has a good weight capacity, and features that they can scale up over the course of coming months.
Yeah.
So I'd go with consumer behaviors is going to be the trend towards
Awesome.
more affordable models.
Absolutely. Paul.
Yeah, show me the value. Like, I think it's just value fishing.
Yeah,
Whether it's like
bang for buck.
people doing more like river wading, people hitting the creeks more, people being fine with not having a motor and just fishing the river more.
Yeah.
Um, I think that like and people probably saving up to go buy something that they really really wanted, and like being a little more
Mhm.
intentional with like, yeah, I do want a motor, and maybe I'm going to wait all year, and I'm fine with that. And you know, go buy your NK 180 Pro, and then
Mhm.
go, you know, use the 12 volt, and just be really happy being able to go 4.5 miles an hour, zip across the lake, and then paddle around.
Mhm.
I think, or pedal, just get a pedal kayak. Like, go get used. I hope the used market takes off this year. I hope the used market explodes. I know like big companies don't want to hear that, but I hope people realize that there's a ton of kayaks that are out there. And if you negotiate and you wait and you bide your time,
Yeah.
go do that, man. Like, there's so much out there. You know how many old town, I'd say Old Town a lot because they're always on the used market, but like, you know how many Old Towns are just sitting out there with like low hours and like the most durable hull and the most durable pedal drive and the most simplistic layout. You don't add anything to an Old Town. You add a Garmin Striker 4 and you have a
Mhm.
fishing monster, and you don't need to add or change anything. You don't need a crate. It's all there for you.
Mhm.
Go do that. Just go do that, and then fish. Like, go have some fun fishing.
Yeah. Yeah. Fun fishing is the move for 2026, man.
Yeah,
I
man.
That's
mean,
what we all
I
need
like what
more
you
of.
guys do, where you guys show you and your friends going all fishing at the same time. We need more of
yeah.
that. Like, do because that's what Jeff and I have been doing for forever, and that's the reason we've done this as long as we have consistently, is because when Jeff's having a bad time, I'm having a good time, and we drag each other along, and vice versa. When I'm having a
Yeah.
garbage day and I can't catch a single fish, at least I'm out there with my buddy and I'm catching some sunburn. Like, let's
Yeah.
do that. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's fine, dude. Like, it's still fun. Like, I've never been like, even on like the absolute worst days when we caught nothing, we lost stuff, you know, whatever. I always end up being like, I look back and like those days are a non-issue for me. That was fun. I enjoyed
Mhm.
my time. Go do
Yeah.
that.
Mhm.
Yeah, absolutely. Dude, I want to what you guys are like speaking on, like being, you know, content creators and a, you know, great influence in this community. I will add this, like I had I'm not even joking, in the last 2 weeks I've had three of like the bigger influencers in the industry, like, you know, just giant followings and giant influence.
Mhm.
I've had these conversations where they all said and echoed the exact same thing: more fun fishing, simplifying their rigs. And I'm one of these guys is
Yeah.
like one of these guys is straight like, oh, he is a master at like being out on the lake and offshore and scoping.
Mhm.
And they all said the exact same thing: paddle more, fun fish more, get in these like creeks and rivers more. And I was like, that's awesome. So I think we're all like, I think we're all on the same page for 2026. It seems like we're all
Mhm.
just moving in that same direction, and we really don't. I will. I don't want us to just follow what the bass boat community is doing. I
Oh
don't
yeah.
want to.
Right.
I see, like, sometimes I see it in tournaments where we just do what they do, or we
Mhm.
just practice what they practice. I'm like, man, I get it. Like, and I get that we all want to be seen at a certain way, and you know, we want to be the best or have the best, whatever.
Mhm.
But man, we really need to learn how to redefine what the best is for us and the kayak fishing community. We can define that. Nobody else can do that for us. So,
I've
Yeah.
been
but guys,
preaching the simple rig for years.
yeah,
Bring
Less
less
yeah,
stuff.
tackle, less stuff.
Bring less stuff. Just
Mhm.
bring less stuff.
yeah,
You'll fish better. More
you
often
will,
than not, you
you will,
will fish better. Like,
yeah.
when you figure out your style of fishing, you only bring those baits and you only bring 3 or 4 rods, you will fish better. You'll be fine.
Dude,
Life is better.
I can confirm through success and failure that, you know, Paul is 100% correct, ladies and gentlemen. 3 rods, just a few baits, confidence
Yeah.
baits, and you're gonna crush it this year. But guys, thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate you guys. You guys are sharp. You know your stuff, and you know, I hope we can continue to collab together like this. This
Heck
conversation has
yeah.
been awesome for me. So I've really enjoyed it. I've learned a lot, and you guys want to plug your socials and YouTube and everything where people can find you?
Yeah, yeah, appreciate it, man. And yeah, it's been a blast being on. So you can find us on any of the platforms: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. It's all Aggressively Average Anglers, or at AAAnglers, as you can see on our name tags here if you're watching the video version. But that is our main channel. We just started a second channel. There's no videos on it yet, but it's coming. It's purely a review channel. unsponsored, all authentic reviews, and that is Outdoor Gear Nerds. So at Outdoor Gear Nerds. No Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, or anything for that one, at least as of now. But YouTube video reviews will be coming soon. And then we got a website called outdoorgearnerds.com that is not up yet, but will be up at the end of, what did I say, Paul? February or March?
February. And
I said February. End of February.
I said March, April.
Nah, deal with it. It's February. If you're listening to this in February, it's up. I promise.
We will come back. We will come back to this episode in February.
It'll be there. But yeah, it's going to be cool. We're really excited about it. We basically wanted to take a Wired to Fish, Kayak Angler magazine, you know, like your basic OG review sites that have now kind of gotten away from their roots. We want to replace that. We want it to be as searchable as Tackle Warehouse, where you can search for anything you want, get a review, and see a video of somebody actually using the product. Not just us, but all of our buddies in the industry that we trust the opinions of. So folks that are, you know, fishing high scale stuff that we never touch. Punch Fishing, for example, we'll have him come do a review. Debo's Fishing
to do the reels, man.
He's going to do reels, you know, so it's going to be a good combination of that. But if you want real world usage, authentic reviews, like it's all going to be on that site, easily to search, so that you can make better purchasing decisions with your hard earned money. That's the whole idea.
That's awesome. I'm excited for that. That sounds like fun in February.
By the end of February, guaranteed. It's up.
We've been pushed to the end of February. We got it. I will, guys. If you're listening, if you're watching, I will link everything down below for these guys. I want you guys to go find them. Been following them for some time now. Always learning good stuff here and there, even if it's big picture stuff or small picture stuff. But guys, thank you so much, and I'm excited to have you guys back on. Probably in March to see if that website's
March
up. That's
1st.
Probably what we'll do. Yeah.
Yeah. March 1st, we'll be reviewing the website right here.
Right here on Kayak Fishing Weekly. We will be going through the entire website. It's going to be good.
Yeah.
Well, guys, thank you so much, and I can't wait to connect again soon.
Thanks, man.
Heck yeah, man. Thanks for having us.
All right, everybody. Well, I hope you enjoyed that episode. Listen, before we log off, before you get out of here, listen, we have dropped Serious Angler lifestyle and podcast merch. So for those of you that are watching on YouTube, and if you're listening, I'm actually wearing one of the crew necks right now. I picked out this one. I know you can't see it that well because of the camera, but I'm going to try to stand up here. So that is the best view I can give you guys right now. Head over to my socials. I'm going to be uploading some pictures. My crew neck says brown fin tuna because I love smallmouth bass. Guys, check that out. I'm going to link that down below for you guys. We've got a whole lineup that looks pretty awesome. And listen, next week, we've got a killer episode that's going to go down to winter safety, fishing tips, and some of the things we need to have as kayak anglers to be ready for the conditions and to have a great day of fishing in this cold weather. So guys, see you on the next time, and wherever you're at, I hope you get to send it, unless you have ice.